morning, my wonderful friends. Magus with you on a beautiful day in Asha. And I don't know if you can feel it, but I am so excited. My friends, every day I'm getting these visions and these downloads and just that connection to spirit and just magic and miracles happening. The veil between the two worlds is so thin right now, and I mean things are happening that are just it's magic. You know, I know so many people think, oh, there's no such thing as magic. My friends, I've seen it time and time again. And if you don't like the word magic, think of it as miracles. Miracles are happening all the time. Things that don't make sense to just the normal carnal thinking brain, just spiritual things, things that only God could do. And every day I'm getting these visions, and I love it when I'm flowing with spirit like that and getting visions and words and things happening. And my friends, today's vision, it was amazing. And then how it started to tie in to other things. So what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to give you 3 things that you can do today to start getting that connection to spirit, to start flowing in that intuitive power that you have instinctively inside of you. All of us have in us that ability to connect to spirit. All of us have that ability to work in magic and miracles and to live our best life. But there's a few things that you can do that I've discovered. And then I'll tell you what else I'm going to do. At the end of this video, I'm going to share something with you guys that I've never shared before, because it's very personal. But I realized that it might be the one thing that you need to hear to move on. If you're feeling stuck, this could be the thing. And I was thinking, just because maybe I don't want to share it, I could be holding someone back. So at the end of this talk, I'll give you that one thing, but I will give you 3 steps that you can start doing right away. But first I got to share with you my vision and then how it built. And my friends, it's magic, and I love sharing magic, and it helps start to build your belief and your faith. So in my vision this morning, it started out, I could just hear it. I had my eyes closed and I heard a person say, "I need my word." And so at first I'm thinking, well, that sounds pretty good. And then the visual kicked in, and I saw him reaching for his word, but it wasn't the word. It wasn't the original word. And as we know, what word we take into our hearts, into ourselves, what a vibration we bring into ourselves is what we create in our world. And I love this. I say this all the time, but the Magi, they wrote this 2,600 years ago, and now everyone's talking about law of attraction. This has been around for a long, long time, and that's why I like to always go to the original and see how they taught it, my friends. And that's where you're going to learn how to really work in magic. You know, this magic was named after the Magi, and so today you're going to learn some magic. So I started thinking about how thin that veil is right now. And I've always gotten words from spirit. You know that. I've always had visions and dreams, but I mean, it's every day, and I mean, just things happening, wild things, you know. And I started thinking, why? Is there something happening astrologically? And so I started checking the charts and the stars, you know, and it is right now. There's more light codes coming in. There's more electromagnetic energy coming in right now. And then, of course, we have the Taurus new moon coming up. And you can't talk about the Magi without talking about astrology. They were the original astrologers. And so I thought, okay, well, maybe I can tie that into the message with Asha 13 and then the new moon in Taurus. And then I thought to myself, and this is really cool, my friends. I thought, do you know, I want to pull a card also, and I thought, oh man, I wish I could pull the King of Pentacles, because the King of Pentacles is the Taurus card, you know. And I thought, oh, I could tie that so perfectly into the message, but I thought it's not right just to pick a card out and teach on it. I need to actually pull it, but I really wanted to, because it would go so perfect with the message. So I grabbed my cards and here's where the magic started happening again. So what I do is I riffle shuffle my cards 3 times, and then I just hand shuffle until I feel it's time to pull. Then I split the deck once and then I pull a card. And my friends, I pulled the King of Pentacles, and I got complete chills, and I started to just feel so grateful. Just my connection to Spirit right now, and the magic that's happening, the visions and the words from Spirit every day that seems to just tie perfectly to what we're doing. And then I pulled the card that I wanted, my friends. I mean, there's 78 cards in that deck. It's impossible. It's magic, my friends. I told you, for those of you that haven't heard it before, it was probably about a month ago, I pulled 2 cards, and they didn't really resonate with me. And so I put them back in the deck, reshuffled them, my usual thing, 3 times, hand shuffled it, and I pulled the same 2 cards. I said, okay, I'm going to look at this message a little closer, my friends. So anyway, another magical thing that happened. What is the King of Pentacles? His key phrase is that it is a solution to all human problems. And my friends, it ties so perfectly with Asha 13 and the false word. Remember my vision about the false word? He needs his word. He's reaching for his word, but it's not the true word. It's the false word. Listen to this. In Asha 14, it says that all the problems that humans suffer from comes from the false word. So here, the King of Pentacles, his key phrase is overcoming all human suffering. Okay? And here in Asha 14, it ties perfectly with ending all human suffering. And then with the new moon and the astrological energies and the vision I had, my friends, it's our message here to the Order of the Magi from Spirit. Listen to this. It says the original word of false religion is that evil comes from the Creator. And this false idea is all the evil creatures suffer. This is the first thing. I'm going to teach you 3 things to be able to hear from Spirit, to work in magic and miracles today. But number 1 is you have to understand that there is a false word, a wrong vibration that people have taken into themselves. What is it? It tells us right here. It's the idea that evil comes from God. And think about this. What do almost all the matrix religions teach? That evil comes from the Creator. Right? Think about it in the Bible. Doesn't it say that the Lord sends good and evil? Right? It shows that He loves and hates, that He's at peace and war. You know, my friends, that is not true. And that's what has kept man suffering. Because he's taken into him the wrong vibration, the wrong word. He's accepted the wrong God. A God that hates, that gets jealous, that kills men, women, and children. You know, that's not the energy we want for this new earth, my friends. We want the energy of Jesus. We want the energy of Zarathustra. We want the energy of the all-good Spirit. We want Asha, the highest truth. My friends, the original word is the highest truth, Asha. It's the Holy Spirit of God. It's the perfect Creator's perfect idea. And do you know what? The perfect Creator's perfect idea didn't have hate and jealousy, killing men, women, and children, all the horrors that we have seen in this life. That is not the original word. We need to take into us the original word, that all good comes from the Creator. We restore His image, we restore our image. Number 2 thing that you can do to bring more magic into your life and connect to Spirit, that you can start doing today, and it happens quickly. Go outside. I know many of you might be quarantined. I live out here in the middle of the woods, so it's a little easier, but maybe you can go into your backyard or something. You don't need a lot of space. Take off your shoes. Stand on Mother Earth, my friends. You'll notice in the King of Pentacles, you can't tell where his robe ends and the earth begins. It's all one. He's one with the earth, my friends. When you stand barefooted on the earth, something happens biologically, my friends, in the ions, and you make this connection, and you start to tap into that original Om, that holy Om. You can sense it, you can feel it. It's a song that is in the earth, in the birds, in the rushing water, in the wind, my friends. It's a signal coming out that we can stay connected with Spirit, and something happens. You make a connection, my friends, by grounding, and it just takes a few minutes. And as you're standing there, I want you to start thinking about the original word, not the false word. What is the original word? It's all good. I want you to think about love, someone you love, something you love, and feel that love vibration. I want you to think of peace. Think of a peaceful time or a peaceful place that you love. Go there in your mind and experience it, my friends, and feel that peace. And you're going to start tapping into that original Creator's original idea, which is the Holy Spirit of God, which is Asha. The third thing to bring more magic into your life is to meditate. My friends, meditation will change everything. Have a time every day that you make sure you meditate. And I'll tell you what you do. You slow down your thinking and your breathing. I teach to take a long deep breath to a count of 4 and let it out. And as you're breathing in, picture the number 1, 2, 3, 4, and as you let it out, picture 1, 2, 3, 4. And what you're doing is you're taking control of your mind. The brain can have up to 60,000 thoughts a day, and most of them aren't very positive. So now you're taking back your thoughts, but you're still giving your brain something to focus on, so it's not chasing, running everywhere. And if it does run and chase something, that's okay, but then just gently bring it back to the counting. Once you're pretty comfortable after a few minutes of being able to just hold the counting, then I want you to stop the counting, start just breathing normal, and focus right there on that third eye. And it's different for everyone, but sometimes I'll start to see maybe a pattern, a shape, a light, and then I just let myself go into it. And it's like a portal to the next realm, my friends. And that's where, for myself, I really make that connection to spirit. And I have no fear of that because I know I'm connected to the original word, the all good spirit. And so I'm going to that. And everything I know I receive from him, it's going to be all good because my God is all good. There's no confusion, because you know what? My God would never tell me to kill someone or some kind of thought that I would even question that could be possibly hateful or evil or not right. There's no confusion in that, because in Zoroastrianism we split all good spirit and evil spirit, and they're not mixed, so there's no confusion. You know if you're getting something good or you're getting something bad, and that's what I love about our religion, my friends. So first find that original word. Stop reaching for the false word. Drop the false word. Let the false word go. You've got to let the false idea, the false vibration go, so you can take on the true vibration. It makes me think of Asha 11. We have to pour out our vessel to now fill it with God, with good, with light. You got to pour out that lie, that illusion, to fill it with truth, the highest truth, my friends. And I tell you what, those 3 things alone will start to bring magic and miracles into your life, and you'll feel that connection with all good spirit that you've been craving. Now, my friends, the thing that I haven't really wanted to share, but I feel it's going to help someone, very personal, but it might be the one thing that's going to help you. What brought it on was the judgment card. And so here's my thing. If you didn't know, when I was a young man, I struggled with OCD terribly. It would take me out. It completely shut me down. I'd have to go into my room, lay down, put a pillow over my head, and try to work out it. And if you know, in OCD, you can't work it out. You're stuck in a loop of just torture. And it was so horrible. I can't even describe to you the hell. And different people have different triggers. Mine was the false religion that I was brought up in. False ideas were planted into me, and it put such a fear into me. Now you probably see why I'm so passionate about my message now, getting truth out, because I've found out what the false word can do to a person. It can destroy lives, my friends. And so my fear was being separated from God, blasphemy of the Holy Spirit, my friends. And even after I had come out of that religion and found truth, found Asha, found Zoroastrianism, I still wouldn't touch that subject. And if I was in a debate, maybe, we used to have those symposiums I told you about, and I'd meet with people of different religions, Buddhism and Christianity and Judaism, and we'd sit and talk and share. But if they ever touched on like the book of Revelation or something, I would shut down. And I noticed that even in my own personal time with God, if the subject ever came up, I would shut down because I was scared to trigger that OCD again, because it tortured me, my friends. And I pulled this card one day, and I thought, you know what? I need to look at this, because I realized there was something that I was blocking, and it was holding me back, and I needed to be free to look into all areas, my friends. And there was a time when I was a kid, I was so scared of the Holy Spirit. I remember thinking, why would God have a part of himself that could separate you from him, and I was so scared of the Holy Spirit. And so I thought, okay, God, I can't do this on my own. Help me to take an honest look at this and get the truth from it. And good Spirit always does, my friend. And we went through this subject, and I asked all my questions, and I got all my answers. And do you know what the beautiful thing was? Spirit showed me that nothing can separate me from him. Do you know why? Because I am him and he is me. We are one. He can no more get rid of me than he could get rid of his own head. He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't want to do it. He loves me. Nothing can separate me from him. And he let me feel how much he loves me and how we are that one. It was more than just words. I felt it. I am him and he is me. And it was so beautiful, my friends. And then he showed me the thing that I feared the most was I feared the Holy Spirit, right? I was scared of the Holy Spirit. And look who's become my best friend. Asha is the Holy Spirit of God. It's my life, my friends. The thing I was scared of has become my everything. And there's nothing to be scared of. I was lied to. And it was holding me back. And it was actually keeping me crushed. And I thought, who told me these lies? It was the Matrix world religions. And don't they like to confuse you by taking a little bit of good, little bit of truth, and then mixing it with a little bit of evil and a little bit of lie, and they keep you bound. And as I've taught you, man will never rise above his idea of God good, the highest principle of good. So we have to restore God good's image to the original word, that all good comes from the Creator and no evil comes from him. And when we do that, my friends, we restore our image. We restore our understanding that we are one with our God, our good. And our God good is omnipresent. So if our God is here now, our good is here now. And we can change this world back to Asha, the Holy Spirit, the perfect thought and idea of God, the highest truth, where nothing occurs at the expense or harm of another, my friends. And it makes me think again of our card we pulled, the King of Pentacles, where we solve all human problems and we restore the earth. My friends, I hope this helped you. I love you so much. Please share these messages with someone. If you haven't already subscribed, hit the bell notification, hit the like button, and most important, know I love you, I love you, I love you.